What's everybody? What's up, everybody? I'm here. I'm here. Can't see my face because I'm sitting on the side. I'm sitting on the side. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play this audio. This audio is from Scar friend, the one that was with Scar the night at Club New York shooting back in 1999. So I'm just gonna play this audio. I would have uploaded the video, but I'm new to this YouTube thing, and I didn't want to catch a copyright strike. I know I was supposed to get this video up a few days ago, so y'all just brush through this audio. For those that want to understand it that's going on, sit back and buckle your seatbelts in.
Got some real serious.
We're gonna begin.
Got some real serious for y'all, man. It's been crazy out here, so I want to say one thing. I got a special guest on the line, and I want to make this one thing clear. Street Knowledge Podcast is not for bringing people down. Y'all might have seen me in the past go at a few people here and there, if they disrespected my friends or try to disrespect me, whatever, then, I'm going to have to defend myself. That's just how we grew up, defending ourselves and defending our friends. And not that they can't stand up for themselves. I'm going to always stand up for my friends that can stand up for themselves. If they can't stand up for themselves, then I'll mind my business. But other than that, this is not a podcast for that. This is a podcast to, like Jaguar Wright. She said that Jay-Z had Big L killed. I wasn't going at her. I was just correcting her with some things that she probably just thought, or she just probably had the wrong information. That's about it. So we're just here to correct people with certain things. So I just want to get that clear. So I got a guest on the line. His name is Marcus Welby, a.k.a. Marcus Welby. And, right now we just doing this one over the phone. Y'all get to see who he is later and all that. We just scratching the surface with a few things. And,
Search for Taylor Bandits and form your LLC with just a few clicks. Just go to their site, enter your LLC state.
Hold on, I got everybody hit me up right now. But we're just gonna scratch the surface with a few things. So I got, the mystery man. That's what he's known for. The mystery man, Marcus Welby. So y'all know his name is in paperwork. It's in the newspapers. Everything about the, the puff thing. And I want to let y'all know this is not throwing no punches or no shade at, the female Natanya Rubin. This is not throwing no punches at her. We just want to straighten the record with certain things. Because, first of all, we are not nowhere near thinking about backing anybody that is in domestic violence. That means man or woman. If a woman beating on a man, we not with that. You don't get no props for that, even though you're a woman. That's not good. We're not with a man beating on a woman. That's not good. But what we are about is truth being told so that another person don't get blamed for something that never really happened. So that's what this conversation is totally about, or about to be about, however y'all want to put it. What up? I see y'all coming in. What's good? No doubt. Happy Sunday. Yep. You already know what it is. Yep. Peace. All right. No doubt. Yeah, we always gonna keep it real right here on Street Knowledge. That's what we do. Big facts. Big facts. Yeah, I see you. I see you. All right, so I'm gonna get to the point, man. It's your boy Big Boosie. I got the mystery man on the phone right now. Marcus Welby, what's good? What's good, bro?
Yo. What's good? What's good, boo?
Man, everything good, man. So I've been listening to a lot of things with the female, what's her name, Natanya Rubin, and she's also known as what? Ebony. Ebony. She's also known as Ebony, and I've been listening to some of her things where she was saying that Puff shot her. So I've been hearing through the grapevine that Shine was the one that was doing the shooting. I was hearing that through a whole bunch of other people, and for her to say that Puff shot her is buck wild to me. So now that today Tisa tells, which I'm a big fan of Tisa tells she does her homework, she's great at what she does and everything, and she let the lady do more speaking and she did more listening, even though she speak her mind as well, and I love her platform. But the lady was saying that Puff pulled out his gun as well, because I was kind of confused at the beginning of it. I kind of want to let some of it play real quick. Hold on real quick, bro. Hold on. Let me let some of it play. And this is under fair use. This is under fair use, YouTube. I'm going to let some of this play real quick, but not a lot. I don't want to get paid from her content. Y'all make sure y'all go to Tisa Tell and watch the whole thing. But I'm going to let some of it play, and then me and the mystery man going to get into a few other things after this. But this is just something real quick.
True. Can't you tell that? The notion that people are always like, how can you be sure? The same way for every major thing, every major cataclysmic event in our life.
To be fair, you were completely sober. Again, you were completely sober. Your back was
Shine and Puffy.
Both of them.
Backing back. Now, Shine was closest to the bar. He was on the side where Julius Jones was, closest to the bar. Puffy was on the other side. So if it's me facing the doorway where they were backing back towards the door, Shine would have been on my right and Puffy would have been on my left. Okay, people do this whole thing. So the club is dim, but it's not dim where you can't see. We all can. How do people mate with people that they meet at a club? Where you can see somebody look good. And then the least of which is in a sea of people wearing party attire, this dude is dressed in white. Of course, I watched that black gun come out. It was such a contrast. You could not see it.
Diddy was dressed in all white.
Yes, so people are trying to do this whole, how can you be sure? How do you know? It was a club. It was like, come on. We see everything else in the club.
So, she said Diddy had on all white. She seen the black gun come up out of Diddy's waist or whatever. And she said, people were saying, how could you be sure we in the club? She said, come on, we see everything else in the club. My years of experience of going to clubs.
When you shop at Burlington for the holidays, this is what you really get. Burlington is the heart of the holidays.
My years of experience of going to clubs. If somebody pull guns on, I hear about guns, I'm getting low, I'm looking around, I'm going crazy, I'm ducking. Like, I'm not focusing on no gun. And even if I see him pull a gun now, I'm definitely know where it's at. So I'm getting away from it. I'm not watching and waiting for them to shoot. That's my theory. Now, if you're a person that look at a person, they pull a gun, you stand there and wait for them to shoot and all that stuff, I don't know. No disrespect to her. Probably that might have been one of the reasons why she might have got shot. And I wish that didn't happen to her. So y'all don't take this the wrong way. But all my time, I ain't never sat around, and I never seen anybody sit around and kind of watch who was pulling what once they seen it pull, or should I say, once it's pulled, sit and watch what they gonna do with it. Should I say that? But so I got the mystery man up here, man. What's good, mystery man? Can you break it down to us?
All right.
What happened?
This is what happened. All right, it was in the club. I mean, before we got in the club, we out front. So you got a line to the right of the club. You know, where people that stand on lines, that's where they at.
Right.
And then you got the people on the left side of the club. I mean, the left side in front of the club, and that's the people that don't wait on the lines. So it was so many people there that day that had clout that it was real crowded. So everybody just wasn't getting in like you would usually get in.
Right.
So I noticed Black Rob standing there on the line with the people. So I knew Black Rob because Star actually used to hold Puff down before all of this, and everybody doesn't know this.
Okay,
but
hold up. I don't want to cut you off. Let me hold up real quick. Hold that thought right there. Let my audience know first of all who you was with on the pull up at the beginning of your
when we pulled up,
who was you with?
We was deep. You know what I'm saying? We from Brooklyn.
You was with who?
Back then, huh?
Who was you with though? The main people. So these people, my people will understand who you was with. So they'll understand.
I was there with Scar. I was with Scar. And when we got in the club, that's when I ran in the box.
Right.
From Albany Projects, and that's Julius Jones. I grew up down the block from Albany.
Right. Okay, cool. So now they understand who you was with. Okay, now break it down. You seen Black Rob. My bad. I ain't want to cut you off.
No, it's all good. Yeah, so Black Rob was standing on the line, right?
Right.
So we standing out there, and like I said, Scar introduced me to Black Rob, and numerous bad boy artists and they bodyguards and all that, because Scar used to go out of town with them to hold Puff down back in the days.
Right.
Before all of this happened, that's when Puff had the black 600 and Scar had the white 500. I'm talking about like the square one, like 50 Cent had in that movie, Get Rich or Die Trying.
Right.
And so our big homie is Don Pooh. You know what I mean?
I remember
Don Pooh, he was Biggie road manager. He went to Howard with Puff.
Right.
So that's the connection right there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
So alright, so boom, so then Puff pull up. I think he pulled up like in a limo or a Lincoln Town car.
Right.
So as he started coming in, and then he had a little entourage with him, maybe about like 10 people, maybe 14 people. So they walked right past Black Rob, and Black Rob was like, "Yo, Puff,
what?
Puff,
Get out of here, dog."
So I thought that was strange to me. I said, "Damn, they ain't even hear him like calling him."
Yeah, that's very strange.
Yeah, it was weird to me, yo, because like, you know what was weird to me? To see Black Rob even standing on the line.
Yeah, that's crazy. Nobody's gonna believe this when they hear this, man. Black Rob was on the line.
I ain't got no reason to lie. I ain't on this shit for no clout. You know what I mean? I got no reason to lie.
Facts.
It's just I'm tired of hearing all the lies. You know what I mean? So come out and tell my story.
Facts.
So we finally get in the club, and we buying bottles of champagne. Now, I mean, before we even got there, we was already drunk. We was already drunk before we even got there. You know what I mean? Our night started off at 802 Washington in Brooklyn. You know what I mean?
Right.
And we drinking mad champagne, honey. So we already fucked up. We ran all the lights to golden. Because that's what we used to do back then. We used to just run mad lights. Because that was before the cameras and all of that. So that was just the thing to do. So, you know, we pulling up the Range Rovers, Navigators. My Navigator was in the DuPont registry. Just to let y'all know how we was doing it. You know what I mean? And so, you know, we in there, whatever. So I see my man Box, Julius Jones. So we just chilling, whatever. We all drinking champagne, whatever. We got bottles, though. We're not drinking out of glasses because, you know, back then, that was the thing to do. You drink out of a bottle. That was like a status symbol. Like, you know what I mean? So we having a beautiful night. It was a beautiful night because you would never know who you see in Club New York. You know, you could see anybody in there. Any celebrity, any athlete. It was definitely the place we wanted to be. And it was the last party of Club New York. So as the night went on, it's me, my man Pooch from Kingston Ave in Brooklyn. It's Box.
There's only one way to find out. Wells Fargo has donated.
It's
For those that's lost on this chat, this is for those that's lost on this is Scar, former business partner that he owned the salon with. He was with Scar the night of the Club New York shooting. He's giving his story. So I'm just brushing through it. I didn't want to upload the video. I didn't want to get a crap copy strike, so I'll do the audio. Sit back, listen. Peace.
And we chilling by the bar. Right. So we see Puff coming with J-Lo. J-Lo had on like a nice, like a beige fur, some jeans, a white, I don't know if it was a wife beater. It might have been a wife beater. I think she had some jewelry on. But she was looking beautiful, yo. She was definitely Jenny from the block. No doubt. That night. Big shouts out to Jenny. Puff is looking at us, and in my mind, I'm thinking maybe he remembered me from back in the days, because I remember when Puff used to dance, and one of my homies used to dance too, in this group called IOU. So, you know what I mean? I met Puff back then or whatever, so I'm like, damn. But when he come over to us, he started talking to Pooch. You know? So it's a conversation going on. It wasn't no just a random bump or anything like that. So Puff is talking to Pooch, having a conversation like, yo, what's going on with such and such, whatever. So at this time, we had a record label at the time too. Right. So I'm thinking, this is a good way to start the new year off, like, about to meet Puff, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So out of nowhere, so mind you, this is what people don't know about Scar. Scar was like a bad drinker, like, you know, when he would drink, and mind you, I already told you, we was already drunk when we got there. Right. And it's just like, when Scar would get drunk, he definitely would start a fight with somebody or fuck somebody up. Right. And he's just known for this. Right. You know what I mean? He's just known for this. Mm-hmm. So that night, it just happened to be Puff. It wasn't about like who had the most money or anything like that. Right. You know, I'm sure we all know people that can't handle their liquor. Yeah, that's a fact. So Scar was like, you know, Scar would do that. Like, he'll definitely get crazy if he got that Henny in him, you know? Mm-hmm. And he was already drunk. Like, we drank so many bottles. So you gotta blame that night on liquor. Right. Right. Blame it on the alcohol. Yo, I'm just giving your listeners the real, yo. No like, doubt. I've been hearing all these fucking conspiracy theories for years, man. Right. Nah, blame it on the Hennessy, yo. Right. You know what I mean? So as Puff is talking to Pooch, all of a sudden, Star just elbows him in the chest. And when I say elbows him, he elbowed him so hard that Puff fell back maybe like 6 feet into his bodyguard. His bodyguard was probably about 7 feet. At this point, where was y'all at? Like a wrestler, like a WWF wrestler. Where was y'all at? Where y'all was at? In the club at this point? Yeah. We in the club. We bought a bar. Okay. And it was stairs to go down to the dance floor. So we like at that corner of the bar. Right. Go down to the dance floor. Okay. So when we standing there, Puff didn't knock his drink over or anything like this. Like I told you, we drink out of bottles of champagne. We didn't drink out of glasses. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we was kind of ignorant back then. So, you know, you would figure if somebody, I know it's stupid to say, but we was like, if somebody drinking out of a cup or a glass, that's some broke shit. You know what I mean? Right. today, but back then, you be thinking all type of dumb shit, and that was one of the dumb shits we would think of. So we would always buy bottles and shit, like you know what I mean. So
Who's that?
I'm out of here the day after graduation, so I don't date.
shit, like you know what I mean. So he didn't knock the drink out of his hands. Puff didn't do nothing. Puff did nothing wrong. He just came over to show us love, to be real with you. And he just didn't know he was running into a drunk Scar. And it was kind of weird to me because Scar always talked good about Puff.
Right.
You know what I mean? He always would talk about how much fun they would have and all that shit, whatever.
Right.
And shit, so it was kind of weird to me when it happened. But mind you, I'm drunk, so all this shit happening in slow motion to me, for real.
Right.
So when he elbowed Puff so hard and Puff fell back, when Puff fell back, Puff said, "Yo, what's that for, Playboy?" And I thought to myself, I said, "Damn, you really talk like that?" Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you be hearing him say the Playboy shit or whatever.
Yeah.
And then Scar's response was, "Man, fuck you, nigga." So in my mind, I'm bugging. I'm like, fuck all this aggression coming from, like, you know what I mean? Like we came in, to chill, to get the bitches or whatever.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
To get with the women or whatever, you know what I mean?
Got you.
And so it was kind of crazy to me. But when we grew up in the hood, it's like someone said, "Man, right or wrong," and then then you check him later. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right. So when that happened, then Wolf came up. So when Wolf came up, and he stood right in front of Scar. So in my mind, I said, "Damn, let me step in front of Scar because I know he'll hook off on Wolf, and I know we'll be fighting in there, like you know what I mean."
Yeah.
So I know who Wolf was because when you outside, you just you pretty knowledgeable who people are.
Yeah, the who's who.
Whatever. So I know Son of Gold too. Because everybody knew that was like Puff Muscle or that's what we thought anyway. Like, you know what I mean? That's what the streets thought or whatever. So I said, "Damn, let me step in front of Scar because I got all this jewelry on." We all had on jewelry. Like, we used to go to Jacob the jeweler, you know what I mean?
Right.
So we all was iced out, Rollies and expensive chains and shit like that. So and I didn't come out for that. Like, I never partied. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's like, and I always heard the stories later on what Scar did to somebody.
Right.
But I never ever experienced that until we go out that night and he chose Puff to do this shit with.
Wow. Wow.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So what happened? All right, so boom. So now I'm standing face to face with Wolf, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I got money in one hand, I got the bottle of champagne in another hand.
Right.
And so I'm just like, "Yo, just go ahead. Like, you know what I mean? Just go ahead. Like, just trying to tell Bad Boy Dad, get Puff and J-Lo up out of here. Like, you know what I'm saying? But they all just standing there silent. Like, they not beefing back and they not scared. You know what I mean? But it was like some ego shit.
Standing their ground.
And they're not really trying to get their principle out the building. They were all just standing there. But I don't know if they realize it or not, like, we got all of Brooklyn behind us. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because I grew up in East New York, Brownsville, Flatwoods, Crown Heights. I grew up all over Brooklyn. So I know an assortment of everybody.
Right.
And that was what was behind us, everybody.
Yeah.
And when you got money, when you're growing up in the hood, like, people will do anything for you.
Yeah.
So I knew it could be real dangerous for them.
Right.
And at that time, I just thought to myself, I said, yo, these are successful people, and they from the hood too. So, you know what I mean? Let's try to get them out of there because we ain't come here for that. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So, but nobody is getting them out of there. So Puff is jumping up, and you can see him, like, you can see his head coming over his bodyguard's shoulder. Like, you see his face come up saying, "Fuck you." Now he's saying, "Fuck you back," but Like his man was so big that he had to jump up to say fuck you, but then you wouldn't see him no more. You know what I mean? So by this time, Sean come up. So when Sean come up, you know, he starts trying to talk to Scar.
Right.
And we all basically had a relationship with him too. Because Star's little brother and his peoples used to be with Sean.
Right.
Matter of fact, we seen Sean probably about maybe like 2 weeks before that in his Range Rover in Brooklyn. And when we pulled up next to him, he jumped onto the oncoming traffic side. And then we had the little bros in the back, and they like, yo, son, or whatever. So once he saw it was them, it was like he kind of like put his guard back down. But I don't know why he was like so nervous or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Because he used to have him at Diddy crib with him.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so it was a little relationship there too.
Right.
You know, it wasn't like everybody was strangers.
Right.
You know, and even before that, maybe about a month or two before that, one of them came to me and said, Sean was looking for a gun.
Looking for an easier way to get that LLC next to your business in? Say hello to Taylor Brand. You just go to their site, answer a few questions.
Maybe about a month or two before that, one of them came to me and said, Sean was looking for a gun. And I said, yo, do not get Sean no gun.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said, yo, he got a bright future in hip-hop, and you know what I mean? And, you know, that could be good for us, too, because we mess around to get him for, like, we could probably book him for shows, after parties.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, you was thinking of the long haul.
Artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I said, yo, don't get him no gun. But you know what? Somebody got him a gun.
Wow.
But
that's a week before.
And it's how close we are to this situation. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then I didn't know at the time, but you know, even the dude Manny Haley, that Natanya mentioned in her interview how she mentioned, that was our man too.
Right.
You know what I mean? Manny Haley was our man too. We all had hair salons. You know what I mean? Me and Scar, we had a hair salon on Fulton Street called Hype Images.
I can confirm that. I can confirm that.
I told you about, he had a hair salon on Washington, and Manny Haley had a hair salon in Flatbush.
I can confirm those.
You know
I can confirm those.
So it's like we all was associated, but at that time, I didn't know that Manny was his manager. Right? So when Sean is there, he's like, yo, these my peoples, or whatever. So mind you, I told you, Scar drunk. So he's like, yo, fuck you, nigga. You know what it is, you get back to the hood, you know what I mean? But nothing would have ever happened to Sean because of the relationships there.
Right.
You know, Scar was just drunk.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's all it was. He was just drunk. So, a little while after that, I just threw the money in the air. I didn't smack Puff with no money. You know what I mean? It was nothing like that. Mind you, I just told you, Puff is like 6 feet away from us, standing behind his
security,
his bodyguard, and then Wolf is standing right in front of me.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
So I just threw the bread in the air.
Right.
It was about probably like 8-9 grand in hundreds. So that's why when people are saying, or even in the news articles, they said the money is coming down.
Right.
Like, how could the money be coming down if Puff got smacked with the money?
Right.
It wouldn't happen like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? When you throw the money in the air, then the money would just disperse, and that's when it comes floating down like snow or rain.
So Natanya,
that was something that we used to do too. We used to throw money. You know what I mean?
So Natanya was saying that the money that one of the guys smacked Puff with the money, and then she was saying that the money was in the air and just went everywhere, and people was picking it up. So
so it's no way that nobody smacked Puff. Nobody. The only altercation was the elbow to Puff's chest. It was no fight. It was no fighting. It was just on, and everybody just talking shit to the bad boy dudes, and they was basically silent, and Puff was just beefing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because, you know, he there with J-Lo. He got to say something like, you know what I mean?
Right. He didn't want to look soft.
J-Lo. You better say something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
He didn't want to look soft. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So when I threw the bread, I thought, you know, niggas would be like, oh, like, you know what I mean? Like, start laughing or something like, you know what I mean? But nah. It was like the music stopped. And it was like the whole crowd said, oh! But now people are grabbing the money, but it's like they not putting the money in their pockets. They grabbing the money and they throwing it at the bad boy dudes.
Word.
You know what I mean? And that's when I said, damn, maybe that wasn't a good idea.
Word. Word. So the notorious rumor that Puff got the money thrown in his face, but it's a rumor. But what I'm hearing news people say this and media people and right. You know what I mean? But how long I've heard this story. Right. And I just was like, man, like, you know what I mean? I'm just not a like, I come from a time where we used to break cameras. You know what I mean? Oh shit, they taking a picture. You know what I mean? We used to break cameras, but now it's the new shit. They taking pictures and right. All that shit, whatever. I don't come from that. So I never really came out and told this shit, like, you know what I mean? I got you. So my point though. We into this shit, boo. So I said, you know what? Let me just say this shit. So my point is, the rumor that money was thrown in Puff's face was actually a lie, because you know why? Because you are the guy that threw the money, but it wasn't in Puff's face. It was in the air. In the air. It was in the air. Exactly. And that's what created the whole shooting after that. Right. So once everybody's throwing the money, and it was the crowd roared. Like, it felt like the floor shook when everybody said, oh. Right. And after that, that's when I seen Sean shooting. You know what I mean? So. And the only reason I'm gonna say that is because he already been convicted of it or whatever. Like, you know what I mean? Because we don't, you know what I mean? We don't condone snitching. Right. You know what I mean? Right. No doubt. Everybody knows. So that's the only reason I'm gonna say that. But yeah. So when he started shooting, I don't know if y'all ever seen Players Club with Ice Cube, right? Y'all ever seen Players Club with Ice Cube, where Ice Cube was shooting in the strip club? That's how Sean was shooting, yo. That's why it's bullet holes in the ceiling. That's why it's bullet holes. Because if he wanted to shoot us, we was all just standing within like a 3 feet radius. Right. You know what I mean? So where do Puff come in at that he pulled the gun with his white suit that he was wearing, his white outfit? Nah, Puff definitely didn't start shooting, because as soon as the shooting started, now that's when.
Yo.
This is how you can actually start a business selling T-shirts. And all you have to do is start by...
Now, that's when they start down. That's when they get him and J-Lo, and now that's when they all rushing out the club. And that's how Sean got caught with the gun, running out the club with the gun in his hand. Right. So I've been hearing all these John Wick stories, all these rappers saluting Sean and all of that shit. And you was front and center. Like, for real, Sean was really a good kid. And there's nothing wrong with being a good kid. There's nothing wrong with that. But that's the honest truth. You know what I mean? Like, when you was shooting that gun, it was like that gun was shooting itself, and Sean was just holding it. Right. You know what I mean? Right. Like, even if you could see his face. You know what I mean? He was like shocked. It was like he was shocked that he was even doing it. He was, I guess in his mind, he was protecting his, I want to say at the time, his boss, his label. Nah, there was nothing to protect him from. His label owner. There was nothing to protect him from. Because it wasn't no fight. The only thing I could think of is the money being thrown and all of that. Maybe he felt the weight behind that. I don't know if he was drinking. You know what I mean? I would love to know the truth.
So Natanya saying she's mad at the lady for lying, saying that she fell on Puff. And she know Puff didn't have a gun because she fell on Puff, on top of Puff. And she's saying that
Puff definitely wasn't shooting.
right.
Puff J-Lo was definitely not shooting either, man.
Right.
Only thing she was doing was hurting hearts.
Right. Right.
And she was just hurting hearts because you know how them uptown Dominican women or Puerto Rican women be looking. You know what I mean?
Puerto Rican and Dominican.
That's when she was J-Lo, so
Puerto Rican, Dominican, black women, they all BAD, man. All BAD.
Right.
All BAD. We grew up at.
Women back then.
That's a
I know
fact.
you from Harlem.
That's a fact. Where we grew up at. Our black women, Dominican women, Puerto Rican women, boy, they all used to put that wear on, man, and look good. Fantastic. So, you know, I'm glad that, you know, you speaking out about it, and I know you got a lot more to tell, a lot more to talk about, rather.
Oh yeah, a lot
more to talk about. And we're gonna save a lot of the juicy parts for you know, part 2 and all that. And I just wanted to clarify a few things because there's still a lot of other things that need to be clarified from what, you know, the chat, what's her name, Natanya Rubin is speaking about. And I just wanted this part to be said right now because I'm gonna dissect a lot of the other things that was said and let you speak your part, my brother, because like I said, we don't condone nobody beating on no woman, hurting kids, old people, nothing. But we also don't condone nobody lying on another man and tear him down and sending him to jail unjustly. Send him to jail.
One thing I like what she said.
What's that?
Because Sean said before that he used to send Scar on missions. And anybody know that bro would never be going on no mission for no Sean because Sean was a kid. He was a kid. He just let that hip hop money go to his head.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like anybody know like that right there would never happen. It never happened. Cause bro was a big dog. You know what I mean?
Right. No doubt. And she that big respect for her for that part, saying, you know, that
that's real.
Shine ain't sent him on a mission because people will look at Shine because he's the celebrity at that time, big rap figure that he could send goons somewhere to do certain things, which they don't understand that goons really run things behind the scene, and they don't regulate the goons. The goons regulate the rappers.
And let me say this too, right? If Sean was shooting, I mean, Sean was protecting somebody. What was Wolf doing?
Right. That's another thing. I'm glad you said that.
Wolf was the pit bull, right? Like,
facts.
You know what I mean?
Facts.
Like from the stories I hear about Wolf.
Well,
like,
nothing to play
with. You know what I mean? From the valley, right?
Nothing to play with. That's a fact.
Yeah, and the valley got its own reputation.
Yeah, nothing to play with. And if it was like a real threat, Wolf would have definitely reacted, definitely to help and save Puff at that time if it was something that was crazy. But if he seen Shine had it under control, that was his cue to move. It was his time to get up out of there. So ain't nothing that he could do. So those are some of the reasons why I know a lot of the story wasn't making sense. And I didn't understand it until I really talked to you and you broke it all down to me. Now it makes sense because I'm like, well, why would Puff be shooting when Wolf was right there with him? Wolf was always the one that holds it down for Puff.
And Wolf was on the front line.
Right.
Wolf was up front while everybody else was more to the back. Was like that 5 feet, that 6 feet back.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Wolf was right there with us.
Right. So yeah, I'm glad you clarified that for my audience. A lot of other people probably gonna be calling you in a minute, so you might as well get ready and you can go ahead and give them the full everything. How the police came to your house looking for you, how the police came looking for Scar, wanted him to testify, all of the above. We'll save all that.
Wells Fargo has donated more than $710 million to help address housing access and affordability.
All of the above. We'll save all that.
They came to D.C., they came to North Carolina.
See?
It's a crazy story.
Right.
It's a crazy story.
Right. And that's deep. So I also want to correct the Natanya Rubin lady on some of the City College stuff that she was saying.
We'll pause that for a second. That brother that's interviewing Scar former business partner, that's Big Boozy. That's Big Bootsy. That's Big Bootsy. Give shout out to Big Bootsy. I've met with him on the phone. We've spoken on the phone. He's trying to get us out there. He's over at Street Knowledge Podcast. That's brother Big Bootsy.
And about Puff. And I also did something, a piece on that. I even went inside of the City College building where it happened at. For y'all that's new to my page, y'all can go up there and check it out. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the like button. Make sure y'all share this, share all my content that y'all watch, and hit the like button. I'm going to keep coming to y'all with all this good content.
That's brother Big Bootsy.
I also took y'all inside of City College where it all happened. I was right there in the middle of people passing out in the little corridor. And it has nothing to do with Puff booking, or should I say overselling tickets. Has nothing to do with the gym was filled to capacity. The gym had no people inside of there, just a little bit of people inside of there sitting on the bleachers waiting for the people to get inside, which never happened. They never got inside because of the commotion that happened upstairs before the event was even able to take place. I'm going to let y'all hear something real quick, what she said, man. Something real quick about the City College situation.
This is Natanya Rubin. She's at another event.
Was livid. Went in my room, knocked everything off my bookshelf. She was livid because something would not let me walk out that door. And we had planned. I mean, had our outfits and everything.
Saying she was planning.
At the last minute, I was like, I don't think she should go. And
the
she
City College.
And I promised.
Basketball
after we heard the start rolling in, she just looked at me and was like, and you know, there were no words to the exchange.
You probably saved her life. For those of you guys that don't know, why don't you tell people what happened at City College?
Here we go.
So City College was a basketball tournament that was supposed to be like a celebrity basketball tournament or something, and they were supposed to be doing some sort of fundraiser for the narrative changes. And then it was oversold, grossly oversold.
See, she said grossly oversold. What is grossly oversold? I don't even understand that type of language. Grossly oversold. That sounds good. But at the end of the day, if tickets are oversold, right? Once you get to the venue and you try to give them a ticket and it's oversold, what they going to do to you at the front door? They're going to tell you it's oversold. You can't get in. You have to go back to the ticket office and get your money back. That's it. That doesn't create confusion for people to get killed and trampled on. That's not how that type of thing would happen. But I'm going to let her finish.
And so when they had already reached capacity, it's my understanding the day of the event and the day before.
Her understanding. She wasn't even there, but her understanding. That's what she heard. But you can't speak about stuff like that if you was not there. But we listening.
Before he still was advertising it, even though it had already been sold out.
Do you want to discover how I got over 1 million subscribers on
Okay,
YouTube
that was Natanya's Rubin story. She was at another. She was at that was Natanya Rubin's story. After the Club New York shooting, where she's basically explaining she was at another event where something happened at, and she wants some money from that event too. So this lady, she was at the Club New York shooting, not to drag her down, not to drag her name in the mud, but she was at the Club New York shooting. Then she was at another venue where something happened with Puff. So that's where we at. I'm gonna let the rest of this play out. Shout out to Big Boozy. Only reason I use this recorded because it's the way I wanted it to be. And I'm gonna stop this recording right here. But that's the official story from Scar Homie that was with him that night at Club New York back in 1999, Club New York shooting. So I would think that he would need to have an interview as well, instead of just listening to all the shenanigans that's going around. With that being said, I'm gonna end this video. Y'all do me a favor, hit that like button. Till next time, peace.